I'm Eric Anderson. Tonight on KPBS Evening Edition, recall organizers get ready to hit the streets on Sunday, trying to drive Mayor Bob Filner out of office.
I'm Peggy Pico. The mayor is expected to go back to work on Monday. What should we expect when he returns? Plus, Indiefest 8 is back. Fans say it's bigger and better than ever. Our preview of the new surprises at this year's Indie Music Film Festival.
I will be going on a 2-week vacation to sex camp.
Well, those comedy writers finding plenty to laugh about in the troubles at City Hall. We'll show you a new production of the La Jolla Playhouse. KPBS Evening Edition starts now. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Dwayne Brown is off tonight. Mayor Bob Filner is expected to return to work on Monday, 3 weeks after saying he'd go into intensive therapy, and 4 days after a City Hall employee accused him of sexual harassment. She is the 16th woman to publicly say that he's made unwanted advances. On Sunday, organizers of the campaign to recall the mayor will begin collecting signatures. They plan to kick off the drive in Balboa Park at the finish line of America's Finest City Half Marathon. The recall group says it has 800 volunteers throughout the city. They have to collect more than 101,000 valid signatures by September 26th. Once the city clerk accepts the petition, she has up to 30 days to validate the signatures. If they aren't all valid, recall backers get another 30 days to file supplemental petitions. And then the city clerk gets another 30 days to verify those signatures. If there are enough verified signatures, the clerk notifies the city council, which must schedule an election within 60 to 90 days. The drive comes after another rough week at City Hall. Peggy Pico has a look back.
This week we've learned a provision in the city charter might be used to remove the mayor from office, and signature gathering for his recall begins on Sunday. Meanwhile, another woman comes forward alleging sexual harassment. In light of all of this, the overriding question remains, can the mayor still effectively govern? Political science professor Carl Luna lend some insight. Carl, welcome back.
Good to be here.
Now, for those who didn't see it, Peggy Shannon, who works at the Senior Citizen Service Desk at City Hall, she spoke out yesterday, becoming another woman with her interactions with the mayor, and here's what she had to say.
On the day that Mayor Filner grabbed me and kissed me, I was so surprised. I went home and cried.
So she says she went home and cried, although she's not suing, as far as we know right now, the mayor. She has asked for an apology. Does her kind of allegations have any impact in light of there's been so many?
Well, at this point, each individual allegation is just another log on the fire, but it's already a raging fire around the mayor. So it certainly doesn't help him to have these stories keep coming up every day or two.
It sort of adds to the, legally, does it add to anything?
Now, as far as forcing him out of office, if he's going to resign, then maybe he hits a breaking point. It could be more fuel for the fire for the recall if it keeps the public outrage going.
Okay. City Attorney Jan Goldsmith announced this week that there may be a way to use the city charter to remove the mayor. How would that work?
Well, he was talking that under Section 108 of the Charter, if you find a public official, an officer, and the mayor would qualify, has misused public funds, the city council could go to a court, get a judge to rule, and the judge could basically remove the mayor by judicial fiat.
And some of the things they're looking at, I understand, has to do with his expenses, $1,000 for personal items, and including pizza, including a juicer, expensive lunches. These seem rather insignificant. Is this the norm to have mayors charge this sort of things?
Well, you know, there's always problems with budgets, who charged what where, and when Bob Filner was a congressman, their books are looked at a lot less closely than a mayor's books, so some of this is just old behavior. I go out, I pay for it, eventually I pay it back. In this whole crisis, if the mayor is going to be hung, as it were, for $500 in credit card charges, I think it's going to downplay the real significance of what he's done.
And could there be a backlash to it? Could he say, hey, look, you know, you're not going to get me out of the office on this sort of charge?
Well, he'll go into court and try to have it quashed. If he loses with the judge, then he goes to the appellate court. It's not going to simply go away. And I think a lot of voters who say, yeah, Bob Filner should leave, A recall is one thing when the voters undo their own will. Just to go to a judge to have them removed without even a criminal indictment, I think could actually rally support to the mayor.
Let's talk about the recall. So they're going to start gathering signatures. Briefly remind us of what it takes to get this recall off the ground and how long it would take if it moved forward to actually have an election.
Well, it's going to take a lot of people in front of a lot of Vonses and Albertsons collecting signatures, because you have to get over 140,000 to be safe that you have enough to qualify for the ballot. By the time you go through collecting them, starting on, I believe, on the 18th, to turning them in and the city clerk vets them, and then they got to schedule the special election, you're looking somewhere between Halloween and Thanksgiving, maybe before even conceivably you get an election, and it could be later than that. It could be December. It could be Happy New Year, San Diego. We start the year with a mayoral recall.
Do you think people will be burned out by this time and just say, oh, forget it. It's been so long. We've kind of got Mayor Filner burnout, and let's move on?
That's been the mayor's strategy in many ways. He's fighting a Russian retreat in front of Napoleon. He's hoping to exhaust the public. The problem is, as these allegations keep coming out, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to see them, if they're true, and if they're true, see justice be played out.
Now, the mayor's been out of office for 3 weeks, 2 of those in therapy. He has vowed he will come back to work maybe as early as next week. How can he effectively govern the city in this absence and in this turmoil?
Well, no matter what, he can't govern it as effectively as if there wasn't a scandal like this. He has a hard time doing public appearances. He's limited in how he can engage staff members. A lot of time and resources is going to be dedicated by everybody in government to this. Meanwhile, we've gone back to a de facto city manager system with Walt Eckert basically running things with the city council, and the mayor's being cut out of the loop.
Is he showing up to city council meetings, or will he? Is he required to?
At some point, he has to come forward. He can sit them out, but when there's a special executive sessions, they're going to want the mayor to be there, and the council is going to request his presence.
Okay, sounds like we're going to hear a lot more about this next week. Carl Luna, political science professor at Mesa College, thank you.
You're welcome.
Our coverage of this continuing story is online at kpbs.org/news/Filner. Escondido has a new police chief tonight. Captain Craig Carter was promoted today. He's a 21-year veteran of the Escondido force, and he replaces Jim Mahar, who retired last year after being put on administrative leave. The reason for the leave has never been disclosed. There was a slight uptick in the jobless rate last month for San Diego and for the state of California. It was 7.8% here in July, up 0.4 of a point from June. The statewide unemployment rate was 8.7%, an increase of 0.2 of a point. A new setback for California's high-speed rail project. A Sacramento judge says the rail authority did not comply with financial and environmental requirements approved by voters. Today's ruling does not stop the project. The judge wants to hold another hearing. A Canadian power company will pay $750 million to settle a case stemming from California's energy crisis more than a decade ago. PowerX was accused of gaming the electricity market back in 2000 and 2001 by buying power in California, shipping it to Canada, and then selling it back here at a pretty big markup. Federal regulators still have to approve the deal. Most of the money will be returned to utility consumers. Next month, the state will start making cuts to Medi-Cal, slashing reimbursements to health care providers by 10%. The cuts were first proposed 2 years ago, but a lawsuit delayed them until a federal appeals court gave the go-ahead. Dentists and ambulance companies will be hit first. The cuts will be phased in over the next couple of months. Federal officials say they're cutting the amount of water they send to the Colorado River starting October 1st. The Bureau of Reclamation will reduce the amount of water going from Lake Powell to Lake Mead. It's a major water source for San Diego, but county water managers say there should not be a big effect here because San Diegans have cut their water use by 30% over the past few years. Still, the Water Authority says it needs to continue diversifying the local water supply. South Bay drivers are being warned to watch out for Darmageddon this weekend. The 805 freeway will be closed from Sunday afternoon to early Monday morning, the closure between the 54 and the 905. Caltrans is going to be demolishing a bridge to make room for a direct access ramp, or DAR. During the closure, the South Bay Expressway will be open for all drivers with no charge. An Orange County fight over fire pits on the beach is going to Sacramento. 2 lawmakers have proposed a measure to roll back rules requiring the fire pits to be at least 700 feet from homes, which would mean a removal of fire pits in some communities. The Air Quality Management District cut out those rules put those rules in place after Newport Beach residents complained about smoke and soot from fire rings. The proposed bill would take away the district's authority over the fire pits.
The mayor wants to move forward even as another city employee says he made unwanted sexual advances. Plus, Darrell Issa is among Republicans targeted as climate change deniers. I'm Mark Sauer. Join us for these stories and more tonight at 8:30 on the KPBS Roundtable.
The baseball team from Eastlake took another step toward the Little League World Series championship game today, beating a Michigan team 3-0. Grant Holman threw a no-hitter, and the Chula Vista team scored all 3 runs in the final inning. Fans gathered in Eastlake to watch the team's first game in Williamsport. Kathleen Romero is a mom of a 6- and a 9-year-old, and she's impressed by the groundswell of support.
Not only has it brought Eastlake together, it's brought Chula Vista together, it's brought San Diego together, it's brought the West together. I have friends that live in different states that are constantly on my Facebook getting updates.
Obviously, the city is behind the team. They're supporting the team all the way to Williamsport.
Robbie Hughes grew up with a couple of the kids on the team. Eastlake is one of the 8 teams vying for the United States slot in the championship game August 25th. 8 international teams are competing for the other position, including one from Tijuana, which also won its game yesterday. Both teams will play another round on Sunday. San Diego's Indiefest is back after a year hiatus. Peggy Pico has a preview of this week's Indiefest 8.
Rap, Latin jazz, country, and of course indie rock are all part of this year's Indiefest 8. The 3-day weekend music and film festival began today at NTC Promenade at Liberty Station. Here to highlight what's ahead are festival producers Alicia Champion and Danielle Lopresti. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Danielle, before we jump into this exciting lineup, tell us why you took last year off.
Well, we wanted to restructure a little bit. It was our first year at Liberty Station after having a wonderful experience in North Park. We actually outgrew that venue. So we moved to Liberty Station and it was wonderful, but we just wanted to make some tweaks. So we went ahead and did that. And in that year, we also welcomed our son into our family. So now we're back. We're bigger than we've ever been. And we're just so excited and proud of what we have to offer this year.
And with the debut of a new little boy on coming to his first. Alicia, how does this music festival differ from others here in San Diego?
You know, I think what really sets us apart is the diversity in our lineup. You know, it's really important to us to showcase as many genres as possible to really reach a wide demographic, you know, to really reach everybody, because if there's one mission that this festival is focused on, it's about bringing the community together. And I think the diversity in the lineup is where it all begins.
And showing people that the indie means independent. It doesn't mean rock. It means independent jazz, independent world music, and it means music that is not on a big major corporate label. So we don't know about it because these smaller little independent labels just don't have the funding to be in front of our faces everywhere we go. So we want people to come and make discoveries.
And that's a big difference, because a lot of people hear indie rock and they just think, it's just going to be rock, but there's a whole lot of other independent
artists. They hear the word indie and they think rock, but indie means independent.
Right.
Independent film, visual art, Americana, spoken word, pop, country.
It's a wide variety for a lot of people.
Yes.
Well, Alicia, tell us a little bit about this year's headliner, since we're going with that.
You know, I'm so proud of this. We're both so proud of this year's lineup. You know, we've got Cake, who have been real, just maverick, rebellious, independent from the mainstream for a long time, even when they were on mainstream record labels. We've got Talib Kweli, an extraordinary, intelligent, powerful hip-hop artist for many, many years. And Best Coast, one of the most exciting, newer indie rock bands to hit the scene. And we've got Steve Grand, the
YouTube
biggest
sensation,
YouTube
right?
star of the summer. You know, we are so excited that he's allowed us to exclusively debut him on the West Coast. And the whole bill, I mean, we've got wonderful local talent. Gilbert and Lorraine Castellanos are going to do a tribute to the Latin songbook. Really just extraordinary stuff all around.
There is a huge variety. I was really quite impressed by looking at the lineup here. There was something called an electronic dance music stage. Danielle, can you tell us what this EDM is?
Yes, tonight for the first time we are having a whole night that is dedicated to EDM music. So EDM is electronic dance music, as you said, and it's this, it's really not that new at all, but it's coming into the awareness of people who, aren't on college campuses all the time.
People like me, okay.
And it's just this wonderful, really fun, kind of sexy, tribal, jazzy mix of electronic dance music, and it's all headed by a DJ. And the crowd just totally abandons themselves to the feeling of this music, and it's just this giant, beautiful, gorgeous dance party with the DJ, who is the musician, who is the one triggering all the various parts of the
and electronic doesn't mean tech, right? Like techno pop or anything like that,
It can have some of those elements, but it also can mean world, jazz, house.
Hip-hop flavors.
Yes, it's just a big, beautiful
fusion. It sounds like.
Exactly. It's a really interesting, very cool new type of music. Yeah.
What else is new?
What else is new?
Well, our film stage is stronger than it's ever been before. We've got 2 Academy Award winning films. One, Innocente, won the Academy Award, and she's from San Diego. We also have the best interactive visual art we have ever had. I'm so excited for that. So you can come to Indiefest and you can paint, and you can go and see all these wonderful visual artists do what they do right there in the process, and many of them will welcome you into their space and let you have fun too. And of course, there's just so much space for kids to run around and have fun, and we encourage people to bring their beach blankets and lay out in the sun and just totally enjoy it.
It sounds like there is certainly a lot to do. Danielle Lopresti and Elisa Champion, thanks so much for joining us and giving us an update on this. I want to let folks know that San Diego Indiefest 8 runs today from the 16th through Sunday the 18th at NTC Liberty Station in Point Loma. For tickets and more information, go to kpbs.org.
I'm Jeffrey Brown. On the next News Hour, Mark Shields and David Brooks analyze the week's news. That's Friday on the PBS NewsHour.
Tonight in Public Square, our story about more than 70% of San Diegans recently polled wanting Mayor Filner to resign led some of the remaining voters to tell us they support the mayor's politics and want him to finish his term. Stratus 66 cheered the mayor on with "Attaboy Bob, don't give up. You are my mayor for 3 more years, and I like that. Just keep the hands in the pockets from now on, eh? I forgive you." Meanwhile, our story on CAL FIRE's 30-year plan for massive prescribed burns and vegetation removal across tens of millions of acres of state and federal land generated its own heated comments. M. Mikey asked, with this fire season predicted, why didn't CAL FIRE lease the Super Scooper planes this season? Did they need the shiny new trucks that can't get to remote areas? More. While Heteromeless offered this botanical advice. Greg Rubin's recent book on landscaping with natives also contains a lot of excellent information on making fire-resistant landscape that still looks good. The critical thing is that fire is different here. Prescribed burns make some sense in Ponderosa country, but they're unnecessary, often actively harmful in Chaparral country. You can join in on this conversation or comment on any KPBS news story by liking us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or email us at publicsquare@kpbs.org.
Chicago's famed improv comedy troupe, The Second City, has created a show about San Diego, and boy, are they plowing some fertile ground. KPBS culture reporter Angela Carone visits the La Jolla Playhouse to find out what's so funny about, quote, America's finest city.
Live from sunny San Diego, it's the Bob Filner Show!
When the La Jolla Playhouse invited The Second City to create a show about San Diego, it was before a scandal erupted at the mayor's office. Months later, when rehearsals started, the ensemble realized they had struck comedy gold.
It was very funny. When we first day of rehearsal, we all sort of walked in with this level of excitement.
Mitchell Fain plays the mayor, as well as other characters in the show.
It literally was like the comedic skies opened up and rained all good fortune on us that, unfortunately for the city of San Diego, your mayor's in a bit of trouble.
In order to deal with my mistakes, I will be going on a 2-week vacation to sex camp. Paid for by you, the taxpayer. And I cannot wait to meet all of my counselors.
Marla Caceres has been doing improv for 10 years.
Like with the Mayor Filner stuff, like we were like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas morning every day. Like, just so much. So that was easy for all of us to just get excited about.
Quit you, San Diego. That's just how the story goes.
The Second City is legendary for its improv-based sketch comedy. Some of today's most famous comics, Stephen Colbert, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Steve Carell, all graduated from its ranks. The company has done city-specific shows all over the country. The San Diego version is called The Good, The Bad, and The I-5.
For this show, they sent out a couple of writers a couple months ago, and they were taken around town and sort of talked with people about what is specific to San Diego and what San Diegans find funny.
Look at your helmet. This is not an adult-sized helmet.
The writers developed a script, but one that allows for a lot of improvisation. It also has to be flexible in case a major development happens in the mayor's office, says Kevin Soretta, one of the ensemble members.
Who has to dance with the mayor?
We were convinced the second press conference that he was going to resign there. He was going to come out and say, I'm done, you're right, I'm out of here. And then he didn't. But we have structured a lot of this stuff so that it can maneuver no matter what he does. If he stays in office, if he resigns, if he disappears, like he escapes and just like goes on the run, things like that. There's all that built into, and we can handle it.
San Diego offers more than an embattled mayor to make fun of. There's Comic-Con, medical marijuana, and the seals in La Jolla Cove. The zoo gets its own rap song.
San Diego Zoo, so what's the main feature? You know I gotta look at all these wild creatures.
What was the place that you had?
Some of the funniest material comes out of improvised scenes based on audience suggestions.
Horseback riding.
Horseback riding? Really? Oh my gosh.
He's here. All right, I'm gonna go get him.
Audience members also end up on stage, so be careful where you sit. This is the third show Travis Turner has done with Second City.
For me personally, like having an audience member, sort of complete stage, neophyte, this civilian, come on stage in front of this crowded theater and do this thing and play with us is really what they're doing. It's a huge triumph. And so my only hope is that when they go back to sit down, that they feel good about what they did.
Improv is so much fun to watch because you never know where a scene will end up. You're watching ingenuity in action. Improvisers have certain rules they follow to keep a scene going. One of them is you never say no to your onstage partner.
If someone says no to you, it's like, well, where do you go in that moment? Okay, if I say, I'm holding a gun and I'm gonna shoot you, you say, that's not a gun. Okay, well, where do we really go from there? So it's much better for the creative process and for just the arc of the scene if you say, okay, you're holding a gun to me. I'm terrified right now.
Marla Caceres says that requires a lot of trust in your fellow improvisers to not leave you hanging.
We have a saying before we go on stage, we pat each other on the back and say, I've got your back. Basically, whatever happens on stage, I'm there for you, and we're there for each other.
The last few weeks will go down as some of the most tumultuous in San Diego history. As circumstances shift between the grave and the absurd, the arrival of Second City might be just what San Diegans need. Andiel Sudik has been with Second City for 10 years.
One of my favorite quotes is Charlie Chaplin said, to truly laugh, you need to be able to take your pain and play with it. And I think that that's why comedy is so great. It's great when it's fun, it's great when it's not.
Angela Carone, KPBS News.
Do you guys want to go get some Dippin' Dots?
The Good, the Bad, and the I-5 runs through September 1st at the La Jolla Playhouse. And there was another effort to poke some fun at the Filner controversies today. Radio host Jeff and Jer sponsored a skywriting stunt. You might have seen it this afternoon. The words "Surrender, Bob," written over Rancho Bernardo, Mission Valley, and San Diego City Hall. Now, the planes also spelled out Jeff and Jer. A representative of the skywriting company says the stunt is not a cheap one. It takes 5 planes to write these messages, which typically last less than 10 minutes. Jeff and Jer's producer says they're not trying to be overtly political, just to bring a smile to the faces of San Diegans. We've got a nice weekend ahead. Coastal temperatures going to be in the mid-70s, mid to low 80s for the inland valleys through Monday. Sunny up in the mountains, temperatures in the upper 80s. And look for those triple-digit temperatures out in the desert with sun, 108 degrees possible. You can find tonight's stories and download the KPBS app. It's all on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.